Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I hate to be called Your Excellency. So please just call me Akbar and that's fine. I know that my airline creates always a lot of excitement in the aviation industry, but also with journalists because I like interacting with you all. So once I have finished, please feel free to ask me any kind of questions you would like, even if it is very controversial, because I love that. Well, the breaking news today is that the ban on laptops and electronic items has been lifted from Qatar Airways. We always expected this because Hamad International Airport is one of the foremost airports and a hub with the most up-to-date security equipment installed in any international airport, and I can say this with confidence because I'm also the chief executive of the airport. And of course this makes a lot of airline CEOs very jealous of me because I am responsible for the total passenger experience in aviation in my country. So let me go to my favorite subject of showing off my airline. We started in 1997 with a very humble beginning with 5 antique aeroplanes with the average age of over 23 years, and we then kept on growing. And in April 2011, we hit our 100th destination from just 14 destinations in 1997. We also have been foremost in product. We have been recognized by Skytrax Airline of the Year in 2011. Again in 2012, we joined One World in 2013. In 2014, we became the launch customer of the Airbus A350 aircraft. And again in 2015, we were voted Airline of the Year. So it is not bad for a young airline. In aviation terms, 20 years is a very young period for us to achieve these kind of accolades, which never ever anybody else have achieved in this short span of time. We are also 20 years in service since our relaunch, and our relaunch was only 2 years after the inception of the airline. And of course, in 2017, we are again recognized as the Airline of the Year. This is a salute to the thousands of young men and women that work in the airline. We were not only voted Airline of the Year, but we were also voted the best airline in the Middle East, the best business class product of any airline in the world, and the best first class lounge. I will give you some insights in that lounge a bit later in the presentation, because that, of course, is part of Hamad International Airport. Qatar Airways is a conglomerate because, as you know, in an aviation, an airline normally doesn't make profit every year. It is cyclical. So how can we always show a robust growth and profit in the airline and keep on feeding aggressively our cash flow requirements? Because, as you know, also airline is a very cash intensive industry. So we decided to get into other businesses to augment our balance sheet. And this again is a subject of great interest in the United States because those airlines cannot compete with product, with innovation, with standards of service, etc., etc. And I can go along a lot to talk about that, but I don't want to waste my time with these crazy people. Qatar Airways also has a cargo division. Diaphana is our investments in hotel industry. We already own 5 hotels, and we have bids on 2 hotels, again in Thailand and in Melbourne. We also operate the duty-free. We operate the Hamad International Airport, for which we are contracted with the government as the airport operator. We have the aircraft catering unit, which we provide catering to all the airlines that serve Hamad International. We are also in media services, so we sell advertisement spaces and we make revenues from this. Al-Maha is our meet and greet business, where we provide services to our passengers of all airlines that operate within Hamad International. And the Qatar Aviation Service, we are the sole ground handling company at Hamad International. And of course, we have more scotch in my stores in Doha than in Scotland. Qatar Distribution Company is our monopoly alcohol distribution in the country, because Qatar is not a dry country. Our annual results was very robust. We made $541 million profit year ending March 2017. We were up by 21.7% over the previous year. Our annual revenue also increased by 10.4%, means we were controlling our costs very well, though we had a few impacts on exchange rate and the rise of fuel. Also, the ASK grew by 21.9% to 185.2 billion miles. Of course, it is 185,200 million, so it translates into 185.2 billion miles. So you can see that we are tailor-making the capacity to the growth. So it is very important to note that the profit is growing very close to the addition of the ASK in the airline. We have 200 aircraft, both Boeing and Airbus. The average fleet age is just 5 years. We get on an average a new aircraft every 10 days, and we have more than 350 aircraft, both Boeing and Airbus, on order with a catalog price of over $90 billion US. We very recently signed 18.6 billion order with Boeing just last year. These are the mix of our fleet. So you can see that we have a full narrow-body family of Airbus. We are the largest A330 operator in the Middle East. We have A380s, 350s, 777s, 777 long range, which of course made us to break the record in the Guinness Book by the longest commercial flight of 17.5 hours from Auckland to my country. Coming back to cargo, we are the third largest cargo operator in the world. We were number 20 only 5 years ago. We serve 60 exclusive cargo destinations globally. We provide, of course, belly capacity through our 150 commercial destinations on the passenger flights. We offer 80 tons of belly capacity a week to Dublin, so of course exporters have the opportunity to export over Qatar Airways to our global network in the Far East and the Indian subcontinent. We have 8 Airbus 330 freighters, 12 Boeing 777s, 1 Boeing 747. We have ordered 2 more Boeing 747-8. Of course, you are now the first journalist to know that we placed this order just recently. We fly to 11 destinations in the United States, 39 in Europe, 23 in Africa, 2 in South America, 29 in the Middle East, 24 in the Indian subcontinent, 23 in Asia, and 5 in Australia, and growing. We have announced 24 destinations to be launched within the current financial year before March of 2018, which is San Francisco. Of course, Las Vegas, we have delayed it a little bit beyond our financial year due to the restraint in aircraft deliveries, delayed aircraft deliveries. Rio de Janeiro, Santiago de Chile, of course, your great city. We will soon operate to cargo. Prague, Nice, Lisbon, Malaga, and Mykonos will be seasonal. Skopje, Sarajevo, Kiev, Sohar, we are launching very soon, which is our third destination in Oman. Abidjan, Accra, Douala, Libreville, Mombasa, of course, and on the subcontinent and Far East, Chittagong, Chiang Mai, Utapao, is the airport closer to Pattaya, which is a very aggressive destination in Thailand, and Medan in Indonesia. And in addition to that, we will be the second international carrier doing an operation into Canberra, the capital of Australia. Coming to the gateway of your country, we fly direct here from Doha to Dublin. The flight is only 7 hours and 35 minutes. The flight distance is 5,600 kilometers, and the flight time from Sydney, just to show you that you have the shortest travel time from Ireland to Sydney and to Bangkok on Qatar Airways, because we have a very short connection time, better than any other airline. So it is only 24 hours and 50 minutes to Australia and 15 hours and 50 minutes to Bangkok. So it doesn't give you any excuse not to travel on QR and arrive in your destinations in record time. We will be flying 787s to Dublin. The aircraft has two cabin configuration, 22 in business class and 232 in economic class, of course, with the most generous pitch of any airliner that operates here. In our business class, I don't need to get too much into the detail. I'm sure most of you were already here yesterday, so you saw the details of our business class and our product on the screen. So I will just skip it, and this is just to give you an insight into the spacious cabin of our 787s. We have award-winning service, we have world-class cuisine, we have the best airline staff in the Middle East, again voted by Skytrax, and we have 3,000 entertainment options. This is our new first class, the new business class on our aeroplanes. This has already been introduced and is flying on our first 777. We will have more than 10 aircraft by the end of this year with this configuration, and we will roll out on all the other aeroplanes, and by the end of next year we will have them all in our wide bodies 350s and 787s. And the 777s. The tagline for this product is first in business, because frankly speaking, it's a first-class product. It is patented, and it gives a flexibility for families to make their own private cabins. And this is the first airliner which also has a double bed that can, 2 seats could turn into a double bed if you are flying with your family. The experience in Doha will definitely be very experienced for you. It is culturally very diverse destination. It has world-class hotels, globally recognized museums and galleries, very famous local souk, which is called the market, breathtaking desert landscapes. You can also spend the night in the desert by arrangement of our tourism authority and the hotels, and of course have this picturesque dhow sailing through the bay. You can break up your journey with a stopover in Doha. So if you have a transfer of 5 hours, you still have the ability to get extended stay of at least 4 days in Doha without paying any visa fee, where we also conduct city tours with the complement of Qatar Tourism Authority if you want to leave the airport, where you have transit times of around 3 to 5 hours. We also have high-profile sporting events in Qatar. Qatar is a very important sporting destinations in the Middle East. Hamad International Airport was built as a major hub. It's 80% of the world's population live within 6 hours radius of our gateway. We have already, in the first 3 years of operation, been voted twice by Skytrax as the best airport in the Middle East, and in January of this year we received a recognition as a 5-star airport. We are one of the only 6 5-star rated airports globally. This is the view of the lounges. The view to the upper left and lower right is a first-class lounge, and the views in the top right and the bottom left is the views of a business class. We have world-class shopping experience. We have space to unwind. You can see that we have a swimming pool that is 25 meters long where you can unwind. We have a very large gym with the latest equipment. We have a spa, and of course we have squash courts, not one but two, so you can also enjoy your time. And the purpose of this is to make Hamad International Airport a destination. We are now going to expand the capacity, and in that we are planning something that no other airport has planned. Of course, I don't want to give you too much detail about it because our competition are also building airports and constantly sending spies to see what we have done so they can do better. But I don't think there is any room for them to do anything better because we did not leave any space for people to be better than us. Well, we also have many restaurants, so you can enjoy global cuisine in the airport. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.